Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dragon's Tome, a very special Dragon's Tome because it is our 200th anniversary. Can you believe it? We've been doing this for 200 years.
Yes. It
Speaking of
seems like it.
ghosts,
Ghosts, indeed. We are going to go through Dragon Magazine number 200. It is a special foily hologram edition. Yes, Rob is doing. He's now learned American Sign Language, and he will be for the rest of the show signing what I've been saying.
yes, there's a hologram right in the middle of this picture.
Yeah. I said to myself, was this a real hologram?
Myself?
Did the scan really get it like this? And then I read the thing that said it was a hologram.
I had this edition, and it was shockingly good. We all remember Visionaries, the toys with the hologram in the standard and in the chest of the action figure itself.
They're Knights of the
that had-
what was it, holographic light? Knights of the holographic light? Something like that.
We all knew what holographs were. I remember this one being shockingly deep, where you could turn it, and
It was like the
And
original Visa cards with a dove.
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah, when the dove would move its yeah,
Its wings.
I forgot about that. Yes, no, it was shockingly good. I remember as a teenager at this point. So yeah, I don't know if the scan could do justice or not justice.
It
or
did pretty good.
I mean,
For a scan,
hologram,
yeah.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty
Usually,
good
you scan a hologram, it's just blacker. Like it, I'm amazed it actually captured it.
Very good.
Did you say this was December '93? I was paying attention.
No. Did you sign this was December 93?
Yeah, I did.
I think you've already fallen
Yes, I
down.
did.
Okay. 'Cause I'm not looking at you, so I trust
Yeah.
that right now.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
It's hard to keep up with you because you just keep meandering.
And I do talk
in
with
a
speed.
nonsensical manner.
And
Use words.
uninterrupted too.
That would be the day. You will learn sign language before I get uninterrupted.
By the way, this is
Okay.
by Larry Elmore. This cover. The dragon is by. I think they said it was. Who would they say the dragon was by? The dragon is an old picture. I can't remember if it was Diesel or someone like that. But the actual other picture is Elmore, and he purposely made that circle just
That's
for.
easily, I think. It's a derivative of one of his red dragons.
Yeah, and then he made that circle purposely for the hologram to fit in. So it was made for this cover, this picture. And it's a drow and what a druid, wizard. I don't know. He looks kind of druidish.
Druidish or shamanist.
But yeah,
Yeah. Someone's up to no good though. There's no way that's what they're doing is right.
Yeah, now we have a drow druid.
just because there's
here we
drow,
go.
is that Jack? Is that what you're trying to say? That all drow are evil? Is that what you're trying to say, Jack?
Yeah, I can say it.
Or maybe this drow is a voodoo queen, because look, she's got like some kind of effigial dragon head over here on the bottom.
They're trying to summon the dragon. I
a
assume.
totem of some sort. I assume that's the story, is that they are summoning this dragon into their world from where
Beyond.
beyond.
It's one of those elemental dragons. Or maybe it's the dragon from one of the other game systems, like who did we cover in the
The Dragon Project.
project? Yeah,
It's what's his name from Shadowrun?
I was gonna say I like to think it's Duncan's on.
He's just like, what's going on, guys? Hey, baby.
Yeah.
What's clack-a-lackin'?
What's happening there, chummer?
Yeah. Okay. Well, fantastic cover, special cover for issue 200, and it is a milestone for the magazine. 200, editions of a magazine is pretty big, and they are the biggest fish in the sea for role playing games and for magazines. So I think this celebration is warranted. Now we're going to go into the magazine itself and see if perhaps it lives up to the cover hype. Let's see if the insides really bring the thunder that the cover has promised us.
Thunder.
Ooh, little sing along. Remember when we were chastised for singing? Now Rob just doesn't care. He's just like, let's just do it. Let's just get this over with.
Yeah. It tickles his artistic inner child.
It does, to lash out in anger. So traditionally, we do 2 articles each, and then we do an ad. And
This
I
is a
think I'm going to start.
giant-sized episode, though.
This is just an episode, though, so we're going to double it because it's a 200 episode.
Yeah, I can double it.
I can. Mm, mm,
It's special. You just went ahead and said special. Rob signed it was special already, so.
Yeah. I remember last
can
week you
have
said it was
my
a double-sized
lawyer-
episode.
My lawyer look at my contract again. I swear I'm getting rooked somehow. Please,
This
thank
is
you.
a special edition.
It's not our
That's all
fault
it
that you
is.
didn't read the fine print.
Yeah.
Special editions get double the. Okay, well then, I think I'm going to start with young Patrick for his first article.
All right. This actually was there are quite a things in here just because of what we started our second edition D&D game. And what I've been forced to play is the Wizards. So we're going to go page 23 then and start with Dr. Ed Greenwood, longtime listener, longtime friend of the show. The Wizards 3, another story about the 3 wizards that come in, and the symbol is the special guest that polymorphed into a fork. And these guys had a little, what I would call in the story, a little poker game, and tried to one-up each other with a spell, who had a better spell. And at the end of the story, they all decide that all spells were good, and that Dr. Greenwood then gave us all those spells. And why I like this is because we started playing second edition D&D just, a week ago?
I have no doubt of what you speak.
A couple weeks ago, I think.
Yeah. And I took a militant wizard kit as an invocator specialist, and a lot of spells are evocation spells, and some of those are pretty good. Shadow Bolt is a good one. It's another variation on kind of a magic missile. And then some of these are fairly high level, like this Blood Stars I want to get to. 7 star-shaped spike feels whirling made from the 7 drops of the caster's blood.
That doesn't sound good.
And then there's
I might take umbrage with that.
And then there's Jack's favorite variation of the lightning bolt, the lightning storm.
I thought it was something else.
Yeah, well,
I promised Jack not to work blue today, so I'm not going to say it.
Huh? When have you ever promised that?
And what kind of
It's
crazy
a
ass
special
Canadian
episode.
is that?
What?
We all have our role to play, Rob, and yours
Yeah.
is to non sequiturs of drug addiction, promiscuous women. You have a duty. The family
He said duty.
demanded.
Duty. So it's a nice little article, good little story. Of course, Ed doesn't really have a bad story, or if he has, I haven't read it yet. And there's about 9 new spells that you can use in your D&D game, which I am going to see if Tony will let me include.
You're like, I'm using these spells, and you'd be like, no, you're not, and you said, yeah, I'm using these spells.
I'm using these spells, but there's only one necromantic spell. Most of them are all evocation spells, so I can almost use almost all of these spells. I'm very excited about it.
I can't remember. Can you use spells outside your
No, I cannot. In opposition school, I cannot use any of those spells. Especially as a Milton Wizard, it's one of their things, one of their requirements.
I see.
But that's it. That's my first one. Wizards 3. I do like these little Wizards 3 that Ed Greenwood's been putting, because it not only just brings all the Forgotten Realms in, it brings in all the other campaigns, the Dragonlance and Forgotten Realms and the Greyhawk baddies together.
And it's almost like an ecology of the spell. Like it's a reskin of his, like, so he knows what he's doing. It's a bulletproof. So yeah, what's not to like?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's not to like? It's about wizards. That's what's not liked.
Well, fortunately, you're not a wizard.
Yeah.
Fortunately.
Okay. Rob, what's your first article?
I can't believe you cock blocked me to start. I didn't get to begin it. It's going to be on page 10.
That's punishment.
You always go first, no matter what. So I thought I would mix it up. Page
Well,
10.
It's the editorial.
It can't possibly be 10.
It is indeed. And
No.
I have to say, I'm right here, guys. We found out who the new editor-in-chief is. And it's Kim fucking Mohan. He's back, baby.
He's back.
My arch nemesis is back. I can't say I'm happy, but we'll see if he keeps up his bitchiness. But he does have a nice story. He reminisces about when he started at 723 William Street at the bottom rung at Dragon when there was only like 4 employees.
Yep.
And he says as he was there, Covers got big name artists under his tenure, and it was after he took over after Tim Kask left, and Tim kind of guided him into the job, and he pretty much bragged about all the good stuff he did during his tenure. But he did say he loved his time there and he appreciated it, and at the time everything was smooth sailing and nothing was going wrong. And then
the dark times came.
Yeah, well, that was after he left, luckily. He loved Gen Con because it gave him a break with and he became a celebrity. Like, people would want his autograph and stuff, he said. And they were worked like hard because there's only like 3 of them at the time. And then Roger E. Moore came along and got hired, and then eventually he becomes editor-in-chief. And Roger steps in and does present his side of the story, which is fun. And he talked about this before, about his time there. And then he did say that Kim left suddenly and he was thrust in as editor, because Kim Mohan, I think, left when Gary Gygax left. So
that's right. He went
with Gary. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at the end, Dale Donovan, who's the assistant editor, just has a little word about his involvement, and yeah, he just introduces himself a bit, and that's about it. It's just a little editorial to kind of like a progression from Kim to Roger to Dale. Even though Dale isn't the editor-in-chief, he's got to. It seems like he's going to be put in that situation. Kim seems like he's going to be more of a overviewer, not so much as the hands-on guy. I think it's going to fall on poor Dale. So we'll see how it goes.
Could be his dream job.
Oh, I'm sure he enjoys it. I'm sure he does. He doesn't understand what's coming.
No one knows what's coming.
This issue gives us a little indication what's coming. So that's a teaser for later. That's my first article. Just a little editorial.
A lovely tease.
Kim is back, baby. It's like a zombie. He's like a lich.
He's a lich.
We thought we killed him, but he's back.
They found his phylactery someplace in a desk drawer, and he just popped out and went, yeah.
Hello, guys.
You thought you got rid of me.
Beetlejuice-like. Okay, yes, they said Mohan 3 times.
Yeah. He just showed up.
Mohan.
He just showed up.
Okay, for my article, could we please go to page 32?
32.
32.
Am I in charge of this thing?
Familiar faces.
Look, it's a parrot.
It's a two-page spread there with the little guys. Everyone likes little guys.
I do.
An AD&D game wizard's best friend just got better. So David Howery goes into, okay, this is how familiars work in the game currently. Now, as a non-wizard guy, this was all news to me. Seemed a little convoluted, but having never done it, I was like, okay, I do it a couple times, and I'm sure I would understand the basics. But he wasn't here for the basics.
I'm not here for the basics.
Contraire, mon frère. No, he's here to give us a couple tables, more than a couple tables, and some options.
There's a lot of options.
The gist is there's some tables for summoning your familiars. Then there's those are broken down into like the type of animals that they are for animals. Then it's special creatures that are based basically on your alignment. So you could go that route, and it's tables, so it's dice to figure this out. Then there is additional tables for if you get a humanoid familiar, what that would be. So if you got a little gremlin-y guy, a little a little Dobby type creature. And then finally, there's tables for if you have a special, a call, like an ecological, like a biome. So if you were building a water wizard, if you were
That's
making a
pretty
wizard that
specific.
was then, and the best part about it is that it's it tells you like, oh, okay, this is the thing that you would get, da, 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 da. And then it has in parentheses monster manual, or like it has all the information that you need to then go and extrapolate from giant rat is where, you know. So short and sweet and on the word count, but it packs a big punch on if you wanted to get a familiar that could be a little spicier, or wanted to, expand just even the basics. So it was a fun little article.
Fun. And we're here for the
Fun,
fun.
fun, fun.
Feel
Yeah,
the daddy takes the familiar
I was
away.
thinking the exact same thing.
really.
Hmm.
Beach Boys again. Usually singing would start and Rob would lash out in anger, but
So
maybe
it's a
It's
new.
it's 200th issue. I've turned over a new leaf,
okay.
It's time.
or it's the Valium kicking in.
Speaking of new leafs, well, how about a new
How,
article for us to take
how
a gander at
Okay,
about?
there, Patrick?
let's go to page 29.
It's right here. Color of
Color of
Magic.
Magic. So when I first read this, I thought it would be like alternative spells. But as I got dug deep into it, it's really just more of alternative ways of describing how the spell manifests. And you can kind of customize these to yourself and your background and stuff, which is kind of not a bad idea. And I do like the idea of doing this when you're trying to
Panache.
flesh out your character. Yeah, if you're trying to flesh out your character, and it's kind of one of those things you can do while you're just kind of sitting around, like mid adventure. You're not up, or you're not at the encounter at that time. Something to keep yourself busy, and or if you are bored at home one day, you say, "What the hell? All
If
my
you're
friends have
sitting on
left
the
me for a
pooper
bon.
and you're
All
like,
my friends have left me for a bonfire, and I'm not invited. So I'll
well,
just work
there's a
on
fire
my
ban,
stuff."
so we won't believe in you anytime soon. I believe me.
Um,
I wish there wasn't a
yeah,
fire ban.
but the article itself talks about that, and then he just kind of goes into like three or four different type characters of different levels. Even he uses a third level goblin magic user, Shama, and then lists a couple spells and how they would manifest for a goblin shaman. There's a fifth level elf and things like that. So it wasn't a very long article, but it was enough to make me think, oh, maybe on some downtime I have, maybe I'll work with this because again,
It sparked your imagination.
it's my imagination again. And, I'm kind of just very excited that we're actually playing the game of second edition D&D again.
Yeah, I too thought it was going to be like prismatic, like color based magic, but it really is just reskinning the spells that exist
Yeah,
so that it matches your character, so you can have a themed character. So when
yeah.
you show up wearing something certain and your spells all have a kind of it just makes it a little more personalized.
And it describes it more like it's easy to say I should cast magic missile, but to say like okay, this glowing bolt of prismatic colors shoot out and
Mhm. I mean, then one way to use it is to use it as a way to what's the word I'm looking for? Because part of the example at the beginning is some guys jump a magic user and he casts magic missile and they know it's a magic missile because they know what it looks like. And they're like, oh, you cast your magic missile wad is done. So now we're gonna come kick your head in with this stick. So then you give alternate things, and then
just and
and
for a GM, yeah, like if you're
yeah,
encountering the players won't be like, what the hell was that? Like it did
yeah.
this much damage to you. You don't know what it was.
You just know it was
Did you get lucky and they rolled really low, or was that max damage? You don't know.
yeah. So uh, that's one way using it too. So I think it's a very nice little article. It's got some little good ideas and something to think about.
And we
Exactly.
like thinking.
We do. We do. Okay, Rob, what's your second and last article?
I got a lot of articles here. We're gonna do a
How can
quick
that be?
because it's a supersized issue. Page 8.
Super Edition.
Page 8. The reviewer reviewed, and this guy has the same opinion of Varney there as I do. He calls him out for editorializing instead of just fucking reviewing something. Stop giving your editorial. And Varney replies, being a very dickish, super condescending, like, "Oh, I'll make sure I do that in the future." Meanwhile, saying like all the reasons he was doing that. Pretty much, he was reviewing Dark Champions. It was like the Dark Vigilante version of Champions, and he was.
Yeah, it's
I didn't read this
anti-hero.
article, but he was. I guess he was editorializing about how stupid anti-heroes are and how bad that comics are now that everybody's dark and brooding, and I guess he was just being a dick about it. And it's like, just talk about the game. We don't care what your opinions on dark heroes are.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, he says in his reply, he's like, "Oh, this is why you have to know that," and all this stuff. And then at the end, he's like, "But I guess he pretty much implied that he was too intellectual for the reader, and next time he'll dumb it down for them." That's kind of what his
All I know is
condescending ass
if
said.
you impart your opinion, then you're not really reviewing it. You're just giving your opinion on it.
Yeah, that's the beginning. That was the beginning of the bad times of everything. Is when people start editorializing instead of actually, just say the news or say your review. We don't need your fucking opinion, Varney.
You can say that the mechanics are bad, but who cares if the content it's based around is not to your liking?
Well, it's not. Yeah, it's not about you. You're supposed to tell us if the game's like what the game mechanics are. Like, you can tell us if you think it's good or bad, but you don't tell us that you think the whole genre is bad. He did that with remember he was bitching about Cyberpunk and saying that Cyberpunk 2020, or I don't even know if it was 2020 at the time, was not Cyberpunk because it was too dystopian. Remember that? Like,
oh yeah,
fuck you, Varney.
Yeah. He just seems to have a very narrow definition of everything that he has. There's no wiggle room. There's no gray
Is it this
edges.
issue? I don't think so. I think in upcoming issue, Varney gets it again from me. So I don't think it's in this one. No, it isn't. We'll get to it.
I don't know how you got both of your arch nemesis.
I know.
They're
stirring me up.
Crazy. They're winding them up.
That's why I can't care about music right now. I'm just too wound out about these assholes.
About Mohan and Varney coming together to form a super team. They formed an anti-hero team.
One turns into a bucket of water, the other turns into a dragon, and then they insult Rob. Who I don't know. Rob's on his phone again. I don't know.
No, I'm researching.
We all just have to. Okay.
I'm checking to see if Varney's alive because I'll hunt him down. Put a stake through his vampire heart.
Well, we can just move on very quickly while Rob is doing his research on not Janet Varney, but
Alan Varney.
Alan Varney. I'm a fan of Janet Varney's, by the way. She's very, very funny.
I don't even know who that is.
We're gonna go to. You should. You should. We're gonna go to page 71.
Making the most of a module.
Last article. Making the most. So Lisa Stevens has decided to give us a little bit of a primer on how to make a module fit for your campaign, which mirrors we've done very recently. I just did another article in Drag Magazine, probably only a few weeks ago, where someone else did the same thing. So at the time I was like, well, come on, editors, like, space these things out. But she does something that is a little bit more on the making the module streamlined rather than making that module fit the real world, or not the real world, the new version of the world that you're playing in the campaign setting. So first of all, she says, you got to organize the contents. When you make your own modules, you know inside and out what everything is. So she says you gotta, and it's a slog, you gotta read the whole thing, and anything that you think is gonna tie you up or trip you up or anything like that, you either have to cut it or photocopy it. Make sure you're going to have it available, because it's going to be, if it's going to trip you up while you're reading it, it's going to trip you up while you're playing.
Yep.
And then she says you got to fit you got to make the adventure work. So if you have to go in and make tweaks, and if you have to make some stuff so that not only does it fits your style, but also has to fit your campaign
and the
You
group.
have to break the rules.
Like if you don't have a thief in your group and it's all about picking locks, all of a sudden you got to change that module up a bit.
You can't have a non-cleric turning where you go into a crypt. Like you have to kind of make some changes, and then you got to make it fit. Like if you can't make it all fit in the way that the module was designed, the big blurb at the beginning that says this is this and this is this and that's why blah 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 blah. You can just skip that. An alternative storyline, you can get the same spot with a different beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So you can
if you're not playing on the coast and it needs, you could just change the setting or whatever. Yeah.
If the module has you meeting someone and you're like, no, that's not how, they would never
My
go
world,
for that.
yeah. Or that's another thing. If you know your characters are paranoid as hell, don't throw a guy that's shifty that you need them to trust in front of them.
So as long as you can get them to the module and into the module that you've did the to say it's work is a little presumptuous, but do the due diligence as the DM to get it right. And in conclusion, you should be able to make any module from any say of an older version or from something. You should be able to get it with
that's
just
not even a
some steps.
question. I hate when people are so hung up on the addition of the module. It's like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It says you have this creature and the stats are this. Well, you just look at Monster Manual what the actual stats are. Like,
Exactly.
Or even play with those stats. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It's a role playing game. It's not. Right. It's not rocket science here.
And there's no monkey's paw where if you have to fudge some things on the fly, oh Jesus, they really upped the stats of this creature. In the module, they were much more. I put 5 of them in, like it says. Okay, well,
maybe you should.
Maybe they're already damaged, or you can always have them already pre-damaged, or.
Yeah, but they were fighting each other beforehand or something. Yeah. Who knows?
They've just fought off a group of orcs, and now they're meeting you. I have a funny story about fudging like things for a module. I run a module for like a bunch of newbies, kind of playing Cyberpunk, and the other day they had to like scan something, and they were so obsessed with these numbers. I'm like, it's just a like RFID, like just where it goes in a warehouse. They were so obsessed thinking these numbers meant something. They're like, okay, maybe it's a phone number. Like, so they called the phone number. I'm like, off the top of my head, I'm like, God, what? Who am I gonna? So I was just like, okay, it's a brothel in Japan. And then they're like, oh, this must mean something. I'm like, no, I literally just thought that off the top of my head. Stop following this thread. Yeah, it was funny.
Okay,
it's funny how even
tickets.
Yeah, that's right. It's funny how new characters are instantly paranoid too. These guys are so paranoid. I'm like, it's such a classic thing that all PCs are paranoid. It's just built into their DNA. Everybody's an enemy. It's like, not everybody's an enemy. Some people are just people. It's pretty funny.
It never changes.
Are people so?
Yeah, so I literally had to like make sure they didn't kill like one of the main people because they were so obsessed. Well, I know we also play with a paranoid person who would just murder people at the drop of a hat. So.
Oh, turn on a dime. It doesn't take much.
Yeah. I thought he was evil. It's like, no, he's just a nice wizard. He was just helping us.
He held him 5 minutes ago. You didn't though. What happened?
The best was this is our friend Dave. We're like helping this guy. I don't think he was a wizard. He was just some guy in this town. He was like a caretaker of a castle or something.
He was the caretaker of a keep that was being decommissioned. Like he was just there to. He was itemizing the stuff that was going to be removed by.
So I'm working my ass off trying to like defend because I know there's a big attack of Sturges coming. This is my fear of Sturges. So our friend, he just befriends the guy and just sits around and smokes with him and just hangs out with him for a whole day when I'm fucking doing all the work. And then the moment the attack,
drinking beer,
the moment attack happens, He like throws him in a jail and like locks himself in with him and is threatening to kill him. I'm on the outside. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? All of a sudden, he like held him captive, and I was like, what changed in your brain from this afternoon to now? It was just on a, like you said, on a dime. We're just like, oh, he must be evil. He must have something. No, you were smoking with him all day.
It's the any danger level above, above a day at the park, all of a sudden irrational behavior just becomes the norm.
Yeah.
It's crazy playing with him.
So needless to say, Jack had to turn on a dime. That one, he had to modify his module for that one.
No,
He just let him murder people.
No.
Okay. So that was all of our articles. So I think we can go on to the ads now.
You're breaking the contract rules.
Pat, what's your next
Pat,
article?
What?
Page 41.
Is this one of mine? I mean, we haven't had any. Nope. We haven't had any overlaps
Arcane
yet.
lore. Yep. Well, it's a big issue.
I've got 3
Spells
more.
and
So.
As. This is a
Jack, I have 3 more. 3.
Oh God.
article written by Mr. Rich Stump, R.I.P., who has a wizard named Naz, and has some new spells again.
Isn't he a rapper, or is he an RB guy?
No, that's Nas.
Oh, sorry.
Little Nas.
This is his cousin Naz.
This is his cousin. This is the geek cousin Naz.
Who, as of a couple days ago, was found wandering in his underwear.
Sounds like a wizard.
Wandering the streets in his underwear.
Yeah,
And
sounds
not
like
the wizard. It was Little Nas.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You could see his wand though.
Yeah.
Hey. So, not a very long article in this sense. It literally is just a paragraph of a story talk in the background of Nas the wizard, and then it's like 10 spells. More spells to have. You can never have enough spells.
Yeah.
Now that I am.
Imagine going through it every Dragon magazine and picking all the spells out and putting them into like a book.
Well, that's my question. Is that I was wondering. I posed in this thing. So this is like a third article I read that had spells in it. Did these spells make it into that wizard's compendium?
I don't think so, because
Those
they'd have
4
to pay
volumes?
these people. Maybe not. No, because they.
Well, no, they don't.
Yeah,
Remember,
it's part of the
'cause
rules. Yeah.
They
Everything
part of the
owns-
rules send the
yeah.
articles, and they own it.
Yeah. So similar things could have gone in for sure. But they're also, I think game designers in general are also pretty conceited. They don't want to use other people's stuff. They want to use their own stuff. They may look at other people's stuff and like steal it, but they won't say it was there. They won't take it whole sale, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
But like I say, like there's
I
so
don't know if I'd wanna
many
use
choices.
there is a spell in here that I don't know if I'd want to use, though. It's proficiency. It's called proficiency. Basically gives you an extra proficiency that you automatically learn.
That seems pretty powerful.
It does. That's why I don't think I'd want to use it.
Is it
but
have
very
a
quickly, that
duration?
was-
Oh, it only lasts an hour. So you're proficient in a
Yeah.
weapon for an hour. That's not that bad.
Just long enough for a fight, yeah.
Yeah. It's not like it's permanent.
Oh, it's
if it was permanent, it would
Only
be-
a weapon proficiency?
does it say? It gives an example of weapon.
It's
Okay.
both, I think. It says, oh, yeah, it's just weapons.
Yeah, it's not that
Oh,
bad.
see, when I was flipping through here, I was like, oh, that would be perfect for like, hey,
We need
we
a
need
scribe.
someone who
Yeah.
yeah, and you could just go, okay, I'm going to be a scribe now, and then boom, and then be able to do it. I thought it was far less powerful in my mind. I thought, oh, it's just to get over small hurdles, it would be a perfect spell. And when you guys said weapons proficiency, I was like,
Yeah, I think yours is actually a better idea. This one is kind of like, why would a wizard need a
yours
weapon
is
anyways?
a better idea.
I like
would
your
be
idea
a
better.
more- that spell would be more, as a DM, spell would be a little more easier to swallow than this one.
I think that's a fun idea. Like, there was I'm trying to think. It reminds me of a character from something that had that ability. I don't know if it was a comic book or a movie, where they would just gain the ability like for a few minutes. It might be a comic. It might be an X-Men thing.
I think it was a comic. I think it was someone. Who was it?
Yeah.
it was Peacemaker as played by John Cena.
No, it was someone that they would touch him and then they would be able to do their shtick or whatever it
Sounds
was.
like
Yeah.
Peacemaker.
Yeah. Now you say that. Oh, Rogue kind of has that ability, but she steals powers.
Yeah, serves our powers, but yeah, but
More just proficiencies. That's kind of cool.
yeah.
But you don't have to touch someone. You just gain it. Anyways, it's not the spell, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter.
So
It's not the Taskmaster either.
no.
Yeah, Taskmaster
So it
sort
was
of.
nice. And that's a little quick
Yeah, test match. That's it, pretty much. Once again, that's
article
fighting.
on this thing. So, yeah, but that's it for me.
Okay, Rob.
That's your last
since we're
article?
breaking the rules.
No, I got one more.
Oh, okay. You just confused me. Page
Oh,
70.
this article is very short, and like I said, it's really just.
Oh, one of my articles is just
paragraph.
Dragon Mirth. So 75. We're going to page.
75.
Eye of the Beholder. I like
Eye
this
of
is
the
Sandy.
Monitor.
Eye of the Monitor. I always say Eye of the Beholder. Sandy Peterson's article, and I don't care about his reviews, but he always has his first paragraph is always an interesting insight to the gaming world at the time. And he's talking about in this one about gaming piracy. It's kind of its infancy, but he even now at this point in time he thinks that there's just as many games pirated as sold. And I remember back in the day there was a lot of pirating going on.
Oh, are you kidding me?
And he sees this as why cartridges or game like consoles.
This is the LimeWire era, around the time LimeWire starts.
No,
right?
not yet. No, that's like 99. It's later.
Yeah. But it is the time of, hey, you could just put it, if you had two floppy disk drives,
just copy
you
them,
could just
yeah.
copy it over, take it out, and if the manual had
You photocopy the
had
book,
a little
yeah.
dial or something, you would
Or
photocopy
I like the
back
ones that you're
page.
like, go to this page. What is the first word on the 5th line?
Or if you were like my one friend who was kind of into hacking, he would just get on the
BBSs.
the BBSs and
Yeah.
look for the hexadecimal crack.
Yep.
But it was not outrageous to be able to, like, I think I don't know if I actually bought a video game.
At this time, I did. Later on, I didn't for sure.
I'll even do you one better. I don't think I bought a true copies of Windows till 90.
Oh, yeah, me
till Windows 10.
Yeah, pretty much. We didn't say that out loud. That was allegedly.
Allegedly.
But that's why he says that he thinks consoles will win. You're talking to the lawyers, Jack? How's that going over there?
The booth. They were screaming in the booth.
Was he allegedly cover it? Did they allegedly cover it?
Yes, yes.
What came before Windows 10?
95?
7?
Yeah, 7 was... Yeah, was it 7 then 10? I think it might be. ME?
Is that wrong? Oh, ME.
Jack loved ME.
Yeah.
He kept it forever. Anyways, he says that the reason that consoles are win in the end is because you can't pirate them, and it's probably a good point because you can't just pirate a cartridge. Although they did do that, but not as easily.
Right. Yeah.
But
and
you
he also,
need to pirate them. You can just trade with someone.
or you can rent them too. I think I rented like 99 for my Nintendo. I just rented games. I never bought games. They're too expensive. I just go to my local video rental place and rent games. He also said why, like, people are bitching, why aren't they designing games for these systems? It's like certain systems were so easy to hack, like that he's like, why would you design a game for that system when you know half of your number is not going to make it into your pocket? But that is kind of not a truism because most pirates would never buy the game anyways. I played so many games I would never bought. You know, like that's a fallacy to say that you'd lose half your money. You'd lose some money for sure, but you wouldn't lose half.
I agree.
And with the cost of the games themselves,
it's factored in kind of. Yeah.
They're making money. There's a lost leader involved with.
That's why they cost
people
$80. It's because they know they have to make up for it for other people. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they weren't making those games in a cardboard refrigerator box in an alley somewhere. Going, we're losing our shirts here. They were going, we wish we could make more.
Yeah, for sure. And Andy says he prefers computer games still because they have better graphics and that console games are more skewed towards children, which is true. I think that was, other than like some of the Japanese role-playing games, which could be played for adults, I think the rest were, especially the early cartridges like Nintendo and Super Nintendo, other than like Mortal Kombat fighting games. But the actual games, there was a lot of just platformers for kids and stuff. So,
platformers, yeah.
Or side scrollers, lots of side scrollers. Anyways, yeah, it's always interesting to see the inside of these because he's really into video games at this point, and he hasn't joined the industry yet, which is kind of fun. It's in between times. That's my third to last article. Pat, what's your next one?
Okay.
We're just skipping Jack now. We don't even let him talk.
My last one, because Jack is starting to get that vein in his head. 122.
Did it go that high?
Yeah. This was a big episode, a big magazine.
Yeah, it's funny. This one is a funny article because all these games are popular now. They've been
Yeah, social
re-released.
board games, and
Pat,
that
why
was the
would
thing.
you bring him to this article? Why?
It is an Alan Varney
Temperature
one,
was-
but I don't.
Temperature was just coming down.
I didn't actually read his scree on these things, so I'm okay with it.
Okay,
Oh, I
well,
didn't realize this was Mr. I didn't read a lot. I just read some of
The
these
actual
games.
games, yeah.
Yeah, the
I
thing
just
is,
read the titles because
he
I'm
does
like,
he does lump them into different types. Like the ones he calls celebrities. These are the ones that are like 100% win. And I have pretty much most of these games. Like Acquire, I have a version of that. I have Cosmic Counters, of course. Nuclear War, I have that, and then there's I have the '83 version of Talisman.
yep, Nuclear War, Illuminati,
Yep.
Junta, like
Yeah.
that's game's popular game. Dune they can't
Yeah, and then
redo
they-
because of the licensing, but people love that Dune game.
Mm-hmm. I do have the Avalon Hill Dune plus the FFG remake.
Which is it's not Dune, it's like reskinned for something else, or is it actual Dune?
No, it's Dune. They were able to get, but it was movie skinned,
Yeah,
but it's
That-
still the same game.
because I know for a while they had another game. I can't remember which game it was. That was the same game, but they just had to reskin it for something else.
Yeah,
But he's saying all these
And then-
games are like forgotten, but now they're like super popular because there's a resurgence of board games after
Yeah.
after
After
After the
think
event.
it is funny. Then the neglected masterpieces, of course, he says, and then there's some like a Wiz War will always be one of my favorite games, and I have that game still.
Wiz War.
Yeah,
It sounds like it's something you do with your friends after you get drunk.
exactly. You whiz and have a war.
Play sword fights.
The one game I don't really know is this Junta game,
Yeah, that's
Junta.
popular now. Yeah, Junta.
but I did see it running around now is
Yeah.
being back in. So I think it's funny that these are all neglected social board games, and now they're super famous again.
Yeah, yeah. It's like a lot of these got all the resurgence of board game love. All these old games got redone, and
Yeah, and they're not in the. I know, and I wonder if part of it is the companies that still build these games, like
Well,
Illuminati with Steve Jackson. He's still there. Cosmic Counters, that's been redone several
lot of
times,
these,
so
yeah.
it never really left. Talisman Games Workshop just put out a new version of it.
Well, yeah.
that we all don't like.
Mhm.
Yeah, and a lot of these are Steve Jackson's games too. So
well, a lot of them are also games that the designers it reverted to them, and they could just bring it somewhere else. So a lot of them were just brought.
and
other
for
places.
Wiz Wars, I think Fantasy Flight got a hold of it and redid it.
Yeah, Fantasy Flight for a long time was the company that would just take these old games and redo them. That was like their
Yeah.
thing. And now it's Restoration Games kind of does that now.
Yes.
Anyways,
But their focus, yeah, but Restoration Games focuses more on like the Milton Bradley type games.
yeah, the more the ones with the items that you play around.
And being from Chicago, I would like to point out on the picture of them playing a game,
The RC Cola.
there's an RC Cola there
Is there? That's funny how Jack
Yeah.
automatically guessed the art sequel.
because it's a staple around here.
RC.
And the diet version was called not Diet RC, but
Tab?
Jack.
Was it
No,
Tab?
Tab was separate. Tab was caffeine free
Oh, was it?
and sugar free. Yeah. Diet Right.
Diet Right?
Never heard of it.
No.
Diet Right was RITE. Was
Yeah,
the
I assumed
diet
it.
version of RC Cola.
That's funny. Never knew that. Okay, I'm gonna go to page 81. This one is kind of it is kind of an ad, but or not 83. Sorry, I would say the page number. This is close to being an ad. It's one of those ones where it's a TSR ad / article that they do. So as my second last one, we'll do this one. But it's Games of Imagination again. It's James Ward and Timothy Brown. They pretty much just give a little overview of all their systems, but then they go for pages talking about all their different systems and what you buy in what order, and it's so useful. Like it maps out like, oh, you want to play AD&D? Okay, you need this book, you need this book. You don't need this book, but if you might want this one, and they just have like a roadmap. Like it was so confusing. There's so many books that this is super useful. Like it's so cool. And then they go through each like setting and do the same thing, which is cool. So they go to Forgotten Realms. They do Ravenloft. I can't believe there's this many products for Ravenloft. Remember we were saying we thought there was like one or two. There's like 10 products for Ravenloft.
This is a well laid out, prioritized catalog that for someone who wants to buy products. Like it is on a silver platter. You want to run this game? Well, this is what you need in this order, and it, you know. Is it a little gauche to have in the 200th episode of the Drag magazine to take up all this space and call it a giant, oversized magazine? A little.
I wonder if this was the insert in the middle, like you could pull it out.
I don't know, but when I first saw it, I thought this was probably at one point a either like a prize
separate
fold
thing,
or some sort of
something that they'd sit at the desk at the game store and you'd pick it up and just be like, oh, okay. But
somewhere where you could go and you'd pull it out and you're standing there in front of all the books and you go, oh, okay.
A little checklist.
Some sort of.
But what this really does at the very end, introduce us to a new system, or a new setting called Planescape, coming in 1994. It's the first introduction of Planescape right here. So Planescape had such a unique aesthetic. But I never played it. But the aesthetic for Planescape was always like, wow, this looks different, you know?
Yeah, I played it. It was okay. It wasn't.
Once again, it's venturing through planes, not our favorite thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's the introduction of Planescape. I thought that was important to point out. Pat, you have any more?
No, I don't.
We'll do my very last one. It's on page 153, and this one is because I just laughed, and we'll end on a high note, okay, Jack? Is that okay?
We have ads to do.
I know, but end up my articles on my many articles on a high note.
Okay.
So you just scroll down. It's the color one. It was dark out. For all I knew, it could have been a dragon, and they killed Barney. I thought it was so funny. I laughed my ass off. They murdered Barney. The kids I think that what made it for me is the crying kids. I think that's what really made me laugh. Crying children.
That's on brand. That is on brand.
Yeah. So I just want to end with that one. We can do ads now if you'd like, Jack. It's back. You're back in charge. We're done. We're done hijacking your fun.
Okay.
I got 3 ads, by the way.
Since I haven't been able to do
talk
anything
for an hour.
Yeah. I wasn't a part of board game hour with the two board crew there. I think we're going to go with my ad, which is on page 66.
66.
Hey, that's one of my ads. So now I only have one ad left.
I don't have.
Well, I thought of you when I saw this ad because this is for Ralph Bakshi's Wizards.
I didn't know this was a thing, though. I was very excited when I saw this ad.
Well, it was a role-playing game, which is funny because I'd never heard of it, but it kind of makes sense. It would be an irreverent kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But about a month ago, Pat sent me a clip from Wizards because we'd been talking about Wizards about
Max and Fritz.
And the one he's sound asleep and because he's lazy, and the other one's a paranoid, and hilarity ensues in this clip from the movie Wizards, which
he thinks he was killed.
He thinks his friend's been killed, so he's grieving, and then his friend wakes up because he was just having a nap, and then he is so angry at his friend, he then shoots him, and then he grieves that his friend's now dead in like kind of a loop of the way it was a funny bit in the movie.
The Reluctant Martyr. I like the titles they give him. The Reluctant Martyr and the Melodramatic Avenger.
So and it goes into obviously before the heinous incident that drove a wedge between these two good friends. So I never knew that there was a role playing game for
it. Neither.
And if this was an April Fool's edition, I would go, that is a funny joke to have that movie have a role playing game based around it. A war between fairies and Nazis, like it would be that there. I would laugh. There's no crying children, so maybe it wouldn't be like a roll on the floor.
Was a fish punched?
Or a fish being punched to death in a boat in the in-betweeners.
Literally on the ground laughing. Literally. I fell off my couch. Anyways,
Yeah,
it said something about me, doesn't it?
it does. It does. That was a funny show, though. That
It
was a
was.
funny show.
Movie wasn't great.
Sometimes
Show was great.
I still, to this day, will be new friend. Oh, new
New
friend. If
friend.
someone's trying too hard or something like that.
New friend.
New friend. Yeah, it was a funny show.
It was a funny show. Anyways, enough of
Yeah,
that.
that was my ad. If I see any more for this Bakshi's Wizards, I would be.
It's
it
Wit
would pique
Publishing,
my
so
interest.
it's in Kentucky.
I would look for a release of this, but I'm hoping the cover of the magazine isn't this picture.
You found something?
Well, no, because this whole flag thing will just
Oh, the Nazi
Bold
flag. Yeah,
during
yeah.
the article.
yeah.
Here.
Not that I give a shit about it, but it
Let's
just
just
people would
cover
go
that up.
fucking. Today's climate, everyone would just go out of control.
Yeah, but
not
they're fighting
realizing that this thing is from 1980, whatever.
Yes, and back then you were allowed to mock the bad guy.
Yeah,
Like,
and when they were still, well, that was the 70s when Chicago still had remember the Blues Brothers make fun of them?
yeah,
They had
there was a
the Nazi
time
party.
where Mel Brooks could dress up like Hitler and people wouldn't go, well, that guy's obviously a Nazi. Like, even
Mel Brooks.
no, we're making fun of these people.
Mel Brooks, the most
It's
famous
parody.
Jewish person on the planet.
Yeah,
What's yours, Pat?
I was waiting for Jack's.
Yes,
direction.
since I am in
I'm
charge,
trying to
yeah.
steer us away from Nazis. Okay, let's just keep going.
Oh, okay. Patrick, what is your
Page 139.
That's like the end.
Here's
Hey, this was
another
one of my.
game
This was one of mine.
Here's another game.
Yeah,
didn't realize
I saw this. I
it
was like, really?
WWF adventure game.
And it's a
I'm
WWF
assuming
at the
it's a
time.
role playing game. I'm assuming
It
it's
does
a
it.
role playing game. that they're calling
Yeah,
an
it's
adventure
a
game.
basic adventure game. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because it says you can
Eh,
pick and you can pick maneuvers and things like that. So I don't know if it's a game or a role playing game or
It almost sounds like
something
it's more of
for-
a board game of some sort. It's hard to say.
almost. I mean, at a $20 price tag, I would probably think more. It's a book, and then you just
Yeah, maybe
write your
describe.
character up and
Yeah, you describe what you're
and
doing.
yeah, or not even describe it. You just pick your stats, your moves, and then you roll dice on whatever.
Oh, it says right there. It's
charts you need to roll.
176 pages, so it is a book.
Yeah.
Well, it says 150 wrestling maneuvers, so it is.
You think it's like superpowers where you can choose amongst them?
Yeah, and then you write your character, and then you just roll. You have wrestling matches with your
I
character
think
sheet.
that's what's got to be.
Interesting.
Don't know.
I just thought it was funny because it was still WWF this time. I was like, they must have switched around here, but it wasn't until 2002 they switched to WWE. I didn't
No,
can't believe it was that late.
It was a while before the WWF.
Yeah, I
got
can't believe it was
sued
that
by
late.
the
I thought it was a
WWF.
lot earlier. Yeah.
So,
But this was, I think, at the height of wrestling, so like it makes sense. You know, you've got the Undertaker's coming, but you know that you still have like all the old the
Hulk Hogan's
Like
still
the-
kicking, and
yeah,
WCW Nitro, I think, is really big around this time.
and Raw. Yeah, they all started around here. I think it was a little later, but still, it was big for wrestling, and it wasn't like the Rocket Wrestling like the original one, but it's the second big time for wrestling. I think it's around here.
So what do they call it? The adult or the
Attitude Era. I think
Generation Era.
Attitude Era was a little later too. I think, but it's
so?
coming into it. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
that's when John Cena and
That's
those kind of
when
guys. Yeah.
chopping their
Oh yeah,
crotches
Generation
and-
X. Yeah.
Yeah,
DX
doing
and
that.
the
Yeah.
Wolfpack or NWO for
Yeah, that was on the other side. Yeah. Yeah, that was
the
that was a little
women
later.
Wrestling was
Yeah, it was all bra and panty matches. Yeah.
gratuitous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And what was that other wrestling one? That ECW.
Oh yeah, ECW Extreme. Yeah, that was probably starting around this time too. Philadelphia, born and raised. I guess it's my turn, right, Jack?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Let's go to the big show. Speaking of wrestling, 125. I was just scrolling by and I didn't think anything of it, and I was like, "Where breaks?" I almost missed it, but this is the first ad for Magic the Gathering. I was like, "Oh shit!"
I didn't see this. And
I know.
So,
I almost missed it. I was like, "This
well,
is
my ad in future things is
some magic."
the same thing
Yeah,
because
but this isn't for like the release of Magic the Gathering. This is for an
Arabian
expansion
Nights.
for
Yeah,
Magic
Arabian
the
Nights
Gathering.
was the second expansion, I think.
So
but- Yeah,
so
they pumped them out fast though.
So you have like the factory set, then you have, you say the second expansion. So
Yeah.
like,
I think
they-
so.
they
Maybe
had-
first. It could have been the first.
I want to look it up. You keep talking.
Because it only got released at Gen Con this year. 1993 Gen Con is when it got released. So it's really early on. This is still the original set too. This isn't revised edition or what was it? Basic or what was it? Alpha, beta, revised? Was that how it went? I can't
The
remember.
revised is third edition.
Yeah, it wasn't even
was-
beta yet. This is alpha,
Yeah, alpha, beta, unlimited,
unlimited.
and then revised.
Yeah, this
that's
was
right.
like early times. This is like just starting the game.
Yeah.
But they
I remember that. And
later
then
on we
Arabian
talk
Nights
more about Magic.
is- Arabian Nights is the first expansion.
Yeah, there you go. Later on, yeah, like we do talk about it. I do like it's only $1.45 for a pack of cards. How many cards in a pack? Does it say? I think it's 8 cards in a pack.
Is it 8 or 12? It's 8.
Yeah, I thought it was 8. So 8 like that was back when it was affordable. Now it's like you buy a fucking pack, it's like $30.
Well, no
crazy.
one's buying packs anymore. Just
No one
They
buy
buy
boxes.
boxes, yeah.
yeah. It's
crazy.
It's outrageous.
It is truly outrageous.
Like Gem.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I think when we started, we were soon enough that we were still playing.
We had some beta
Revised.
cards, and we had some unlimited, but we're definitely revised. Is when the like starter sets we were getting were revised.
Yeah,
Right.
that's I think when most people jumped
Yeah.
on board. Like
That's
when I
like
jumped
that's
on
like in
board
a year from now. Like that's
was
94 is
revised
probably.
edition, and
Yeah.
I did have some.
Well, they said
beta,
that-
and
Yeah, same with us. We'd end up getting them from either buying them or, but yeah, they said we'll get into it later because it does spoil articles for in the future. But this was instantly a hot commodity. So I just thought it was funny. I was just like scrolling by, and Magic is so ubiquitous now that it didn't even occur to me that it's a Magic ad. Whatever, you see Magic ads everywhere. Like it wasn't even occurred to me, and I was like, wait a second, is this the first one we've ever seen? And I believe it is.
yeah, so my upcoming one we corrected.
But yeah, it's Magic. I like how also they show all the cards, but they don't tell you what the cards do. They like blanked out with the other things on them.
But you know what the funny thing is though, this is a Magic ad, but it's not for the Wizards of the Coast.
Oh no,
for Western
it's just
Games
a
West.
distributor.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm sure like the bottom cards for the factory set still has the text, but
They
this-
were released. Yeah, I don't
Arabian
think the Arabian
Nights
Nights wasn't
being
released,
released.
yet. Yeah.
So it was going to be like spoilers for. I don't know what any of those are. I recognize.
I recognize the
blue.
blue one, yeah. The blue one I recognize.
And
It's
the
a big fish
black
coming under
above
the. Yeah. I don't recognize
Yeah,
any of
you
the other
can't.
ones. Oh, I recognize the
can't
white
see it.
one too. The white one, because I had white decks. I recognize that one too.
So like, yeah, this ad is for like this is coming out. No spoilers.
For the factory set, Crusade was one of my favorite cards. All white creatures get +1/+1. I love that card.
I don't recognize the green card.
No, I don't.
Birdman?
Yeah, I don't recognize it either. It might have been just an alpha thing. Obviously, the dragon is the
Well, it's a
Right.
black border, so it's got to be a beta. Or
yeah.
That dragon became ubiquitous with
Yeah.
Magic. That became like
the
a
Shivan dragon. Yeah,
Yeah.
Everyone wanted that card for the longest time.
Oh yeah. I like.
and they were potent.
Yeah, they were pretty good for the early game.
Holy
Anyways.
Crusade was also a hard one to get.
Yeah, I love that card.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Magic.
Well, that is
Pat-
what seems to be the biggest, longest
I-
Dragon's Home we've
but
ever
but
done.
I have another ad.
This seems like
I'm
What?
done.
See,
You're on your own.
this seems like
141.
a marathon. Like, how are we gonna?
It is. It's the biggest issue. We have to have the biggest episode. 141. I just want to talk about Mutant Chronicles because I love Mutant Chronicles. When Modifius re-released it, I bought a ton of the books. I think they had Kickstarter, and I got a ton of the books and like all the PDFs. So I have a soft spot for Mutant Chronicles. But the beauty of Mutant Chronicles wasn't the game itself; it was the world around it. They had so many books for this that they built a world, and that's I think why it was so popular. It had such a rich world. And a lot of people consider it a knockoff of 40K, but it wasn't really because 40K was still pretty early in its infancy at this point. I think its third edition just came out, so. But it was a very unique,
It's second edition still.
yeah. So it's a very unique, anyways, world of Mutant Chronicles, and if anybody's interested, you should check it out because it's fun. And lots of different factions, which I liked about Mutant Chronicles too. Like there was all different corporations you could be, or in the bad, even the bad guys had multiple factions. Like it's pretty fun. But this is a books series that they're releasing for Brock Books, Lunacy, Frenzy, and Dementia, which are great names. But
Lunatic Fringe.
and Dementia was written by Michael Stackpole. That guy wrote for everything. He was such a prolific writer. Still is. He still writes.
I do, and he's like probably one of my favorite fantasy authors.
And Star Wars, like he wrote for tons of Star Wars books and all the BattleTech books. Like he's a crazy prolific guy.
I just watched a video about Star Wars, and they
Star
showed
Wars?
the novels, and I saw his name on there, and I was like, yeah, like that he was the.
Was it Mr. Plinkett?
It was Red Letter Media talking about how time kind of heals all wounds, and that you can kind of appreciate some of the worst of Star Wars with just a little.
Well, they compared it how bad it is nowadays. They're like, you think it was bad back then, but now it's really bad.
But he just said, like, if you just go in knowing it could be worse, you can go back to some of the stuff that was pretty bad and go, but it's still not this. Yeah. Anyways, Michael Stackpole was, I recognized the name, and I was like, yeah, he wrote for everything.
Jack, why do you keep fluffing on about this? Are we trying to get out of here?
We got to end this one. We got to end this one. Yeah,
Why'd you keep talking so much, man?
Whatever you were doing, listening to us natter, I apologize that we took this long, but also hopefully it got you through dishes, painting a miniature.
Yeah, I was gonna say painting.
Painting your character for the new game that you're playing, where Pat's a wizard.
Vacuum cleaning.
Cutting the grass. That's why I listen to my podcast.
Cutting the grass. Okay, well then, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you for joining us here on the Dragon's Tome. We appreciate it. I'm told I have to do this. I still don't understand why I'm doing that. But,
like, share, subscribe, comment below. Jack loves it.
We are, yes, please don't comment. The algorithm takes that as a permission to send us out to other people. Our subscribers are growing, and it's unfortunately bringing too much joy to my co-hosts. So please, no comments.
Jack, really?
No.
And we were going to come back next week for another episode of the Dragon's Tome.
So I thought we just ended at 200. Would that be appropriate? No?
We might not be back, guys. We might not be back.
Maybe come check next week if we're here.
Yeah. Okay, meet me after the recording. Yes, thank you. Yes. Okay, we may or may not be back next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Sayonara. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye. Goodbye.